सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अखिलभुवनजन्मस्थेमभङ्गादिलीले विनतविविधभूतव्रातरक्षैकदीक्षे श्रुतिशिरसि विदीप्ते ब्रह्मणि श्रीनिवासे भवतु मम परस्मिन् शेमुषी भक्तिरूपा, भवतु मम परस्मिन् शेमुषी भक्तिरूपा। श्रीमाधवङ्घ्रिजलजद्वयनित्यसेवा प्रेमाविलासय पराङ्कुशपादभक्तं कामादिदोषहरमात्मपदाश्रितानां रामानुजं रामानुजं यतिपतिं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना, रामानुजं यतिपतिं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना। ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः। ஆழ்வா எம்பெருமானார் திவ்ய திருவடிகளே சரணம். Jai Ho Ramanuja, Jai Jai Ramanuja. Welcome you all to the Yathiraaja Vaibhavam. And this month we are having this one on the, today being the Chaturdasi day, and the Bahula Paksham, and tomorrow is the Vaishakha Masam, the last day, that is Amavasya. So our intention is to do till Vaishakha Masam Amavasya, that is till tomorrow, but it always goes on and on all the time, remembering Bhagavath Ramanuja and also his works and teachings. These are all the things which we do. And today, let us now, yesterday we discussed about the Gadya Trayam, the Saranagati Gadya mainly. Then we did also for Rangana, Sriranga Gadyam and Vaikuntha Gadyam. And Vaikuntha Gadyam was really very interesting. And really it was a great chance for all of us to have that, the beautiful Vaikuntham, a visit we all made because of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya's Divya Drushti, we can say, or because of Bhagavath Ramanuja's got the anugraham of Sri Ranganatha. Ranganatha gave permission to him to visit his place. Once he gives permission, anybody, if you have to go to somebody's house, they have to give permission, or they have to ask you, they have to invite you, then only you can go and visit their house, isn't it? Like in Seattle, we were in Seattle, At that time, in the Seattle, Bill Gates used to invite some of the friends from Microsoft. So then one of my students from Sanskrit, he was from Microsoft, he said, "Teacher, we have got the invitation to visit Bill Gates' place. So please join us something." So these are the something like that. And also at the same, we are, if the person invites, the like Sriman Narayana allowed Bhagavath Ramanujacharya to see that nook and corner, each and every corner of Sri Vaikuntham. That's why he could give us that beautiful picture. And after that, he has really gave a vivid picture of this Sri Vaikuntham, and if keeping all of us, keeping all the devotees, those who have got the urge to, in his mind. And also it will be useful for all of us to have a lot of faith and to have the devotion and to worship Sriman Narayana, that who has got the abundance of wealth, abundance of the same. And really, when you look into a huge palace, it happened to me in Calcutta. It is a very human being. He is a normal human being, a creation by Sriman Narayana, but it was Bardwan. Bardwan is a place very close to, it is in West Bengal, close to Calcutta. The Bardwan Maharaja, that was the one who had the beautiful big palace. And his son became I don't know, in the cross connection of the society, we came across through one of my friend, and the Bardwan Maharaja's son, he was interested in nuclear physics. First he was interested in physics, then he was knowing some things about physics. Then when he understood, because through my friend, one of my friend, and she immediately said, "Satya, Bhagwan Raja's son is really interested in physics and nuclear physics too, and which Parthasarathi alone can only make him to, make him to fulfill his wish." I said, "Okay." Then she invited us for a dinner. That dinner, she invited really, but she was a good, close friend of Bardwan Maharaja's son. So both, and all four of us, and Bardwan Raja's son, my friend, and both, we two, me and my husband, Mr. Parthasarathi, we visited that house. Why this is a small instance. I'm remembering, when you think about Vaikuntha Gadyam, that is the real Akhilanda Kodi Brahmanda Nayaka's abode that was. But this only a small Jamindar, I can say, though they call Maharaja, but it is like a feudal lords or something maybe. So he showed his palace. It belongs to him. It was his father's palace. And fortunately, usually it comes in the same lineage he belongs. So it was built, to my surprise, the eyesight, how much distance eyesight can go, till that distance, he has a huge hall, huge dining hall. The dining hall was full of the beautiful dining table and all the full with Rajata Patras. It was not just Rajata Patra, usually they always become, dark, and also this thing. Sometimes I have to wash my Rajata Patras also. It was shining, ever shining. All the as if they have got them new. No, this is because he mentioned every time to maintain the house, and the wall was fully with all the ancestors' photos of those who were the kings and all the things. And then that was really, even one look is not enough. It's really Alam Netraya, we can say. Really, I was really so happy. I said thank you to my friend. she is a, actually, she observes like Ramzan, she observes these days, and today these are the days and the Ramzan festival. I remember her now because the beautiful thing she did for us, and I prefer her. And she is very much devoted too. She was very much devoted, and she used to discuss about the Bhagavad Gita with me, and also other some spiritual things. So when we went to that way, the great thing what I want to say is he was very humble. He did not, we always feel, hey, this is my house, this is my palace. And he has shown the parking lot, if you look into that, like a big parking lot with full, all belongs to his cars only. It's not like a general parking bar for everyone bring and park there. No. All vehicles belong to him. And the variety of the day, the food I need not to say, it was really, he knew that we are only vegetarian. So we also take not even no onion, no garlic also. So he prepared for our, because my friend told, because they are very strict and they don't take anything. So whatever you like that we prepare and they did. So this Perumal Narayana's invitation to Vaikuntham, Sri Vaikuntham is not a normal thing. It is such a great invitation, great opportunity we all got because of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. In this context, before we proceed for Sri Bhashyam and Vedanta Deepa and Vedanta Sara, because we have to express our gratitude to Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. For this particular, even Saranagati Gadya is a different, really it is a outpour, and it is like a Ashu means instantly it came with the blessings of Sri Ranganatha. And then Sri Ranganatha's Sri Ranga Gadya, and he became very close, that affinity he maintained and the closeness we understand. But Vaikuntha Gadya is really surpassing all the things, and unless Bhagavad Sri Ranganatha gave him permission, he could not have, he could show us all these things. So it was for that. I have one word to say. Gurum prakashayed dhiman. Gurum prakashayed dhiman. So for that reason, this Yathiraaja Vaibhavam is going on and on for the whole month long. The happy birthday celebrations for Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. So a disciple must be such as to earn, praise for the teacher. This is very interesting. In this, here, in the early days, after his arrival at Melkote, Bhagavath Ramanuja, in a big gathering, you can say a Samaroham or you can say Samavesam, a big gathering of the local learned people, gave a lecture on Tattva Hita Purushartham. Here we are actually saying Gurum Prakashe Dhiman. How Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, because he is an Acharya. And he practiced that. He practiced how to respect the teacher. And he told us. He practiced, that's why he is an Acharya. He practiced this and then he has given us instructions. These are the one, you respect your teacher. He respected his teacher. How he respected the teacher, that's what we are discussing now. So in the early days, after his arrival at Melkote, Sri Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, in a big gathering, I can say, big gathering is of the local learned people, gave a lecture in Tattva Hita Purushartha. What is Tattva Hita Purushartha? We were continuously discussing about this Tattva Hita Purusharthas. Tattva Hita Purushartha. He delivered an eloquent speech wherein there was a continuous flow of ideas and thoughts. When you remember your teacher, when you pay homage or respect to your teacher, it comes. And today being the Hayagriva, the Thursday, being Thursday, Hayagriva, Hayagriva, Hayagriveti yo vadet. Tasya nisarate vani jennu kanya pravahavat. That was the saying. In the same way, Bhagavath Ramanujacharya was there was a continuous flow of ideas and thoughts. Sorry. He gave an outstanding discourse on Visishta Advaita and made the locally present learned people, Vidwan, we can say, learned people, as his disciples. What he did? He made the local present learned people as his disciples. They all greatly praised Bhagavath Ramanujacharya for his knowledge and wisdom and his oratical ability. The orator, the great orator means the great skill of speaking, giving lectures, the oratorical skill, ability you can say, and eloquence of speech. They concluded that he must be Adisesha, or he must be Vishwaksena, or he must be Lord Srimanarayana himself. This was the impression. We always, daily we recite this particular sloka when we say Mangalam to Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. Seshova Sainyanatova Sriperumbuduru Sattvikai iti prajna mahaprajnai bhashyakaraya mangalam. Here Seshova Sainyanatova Sriperumbuduru iti Sattvikai Vitarkyam Mahaprajna Bhashyakaraya Mangalam. Here Bhagavath Ramanuja was praised to that extent. He must be Adishesha, or even that he must be Vishwaksena, and this Lord Srimanarayana himself. When somebody praises, this is Bhagavath Ramanujacharya tells us, we always, it is my own greatness, it is my own thing. We always think because of our ego and egoistic thing. But what Bhagavath Ramanuja replied, what he replied? There is not one word in my speech which is mine. This is the same line, this Dasuralu. I also want to promise the same. This is not one word. There is not one word in my speech which is mine. All the truths spoken to by me are the truths by my Paramacharya. Who is that Paramacharya? Sri Yamunacharya. That was, yesterday we started Alavandar Stotram. We did the introduction and importance and significance of Alavandar Stotram, and also its importance we did. Today we try to know the subtle truths, and also we know the Alavandar Stotram in brief. In short meaning also we understand, and main very important thing is all. So Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, what is it? All the truths spoken to by me or the truths by my Paramacharya, Sri Yamunacharya. Here I have only given here only few bits extracted from his books, which may be compared to a few droplets from his ocean of knowledge. These are all a few droplets from his ocean of knowledge. Whose ocean of knowledge? Bhagavad Paramacharya, Yamunacharya's ocean of knowledge. These are only a droplet. That was the humility, that was his Vinayam, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya shows here. But another thing, another feeling, when you have something, you have to say, accept also, and has he really, when you say Paramacharya, did Bhagavath Ramanujacharya had any mantropadesam or even any other close thing with Yamunacharya? No. Then that's why he always feels that I have been, then when he had been, but Bhagavad Ramanujacharya says, see here, had I been able to learn, and sometimes Bhagavad Ramanuja saying this also, I feel in that way, I am an unfortunate person. I am an unfortunate person who could not personally see him because on the last breath he has taken. Then Ramanujacharya reached by that time. Yamunacharya was waiting for a long, then he could reach, he took take the last breath. So he could, what Bhagavad Ramanuja says, I am an unfortunate person. He says, really? Is it so? Because Paramacharya, respect for Paramacharya makes him to say like that. And who could not personally, I could not meet him, see him in personally. I have been able to pass on to you the truths of Sri Ramanujacharya, which I learned from my Acharyas. That means Yamunacharya's disciples. Yamunacharya's disciples were Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's gurus. So Yamunacharya, whatever the Yamunacharya, he said, learned from my Acharyas. Had I been able to learn them personally, all at his feet, if I would have learned directly from Yamunacharya, I would have been able to personally imbibe the nectar of his philosophic truths. I have built steps to take one directly to Vaikuntham. This was the great feeling. Those who have the close contact with their acharyas, with their teachers, that Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, this he said, so I could have really able to personally imbibe the nectar of his philosophic truths, have built steps to take one directly to Vaikuntham. So these are the, even it is from Yamunacharya's Shishyas, were the Purna, Mahapurna, and all the Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's gurus, I can say Bhagavad Ramanujacharya Acharyas were Yamunacharya Shishyas. Through them he got. But fortunately, another thing also though, because of his respect, because of his steadfast desire to learn the things from Yamunacharya himself, remotely I can say, like though Bhagavad Ramanuja gave us not the remoted way of God, but Yamunacharya, even though he could not, Ramanujacharya did not take him, but in the way he transformed all the thoughts what are in his mind to Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. So that is why the Yamunacharya Alavandar Stotram is really very, very much important for all the Vaishnavates, because all our Vaishnava Tattvam is based on this Yamunacharya's Alavandar Stotram. So these particular words of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya shows the respect of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya had for his spiritual teacher. That should be our ideal as far as giving, respect to our teachers. This is, I remember, and now we are almost finishing. By tomorrow we conclude this about Yathiraaja Vaibhavam. Then we, whatever Bhagavad Sankalpam, Anta Bhagavad Sankalpam, whatever he asks us to pass on to all the people, those who are, urge or interest to know that Bhagavan. Now, coming to this, in this context, Yamunacharya and Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, actually, we will have to learn something. Who is a true Vaishnavate? What are the... So these ones, Parasar Bhattar. So Parasar Bhattar sent a disciple of his, Parasara Bhatta sent his disciple, that means disciple means Shishya, from Srirangam to Tirupati to ascertain from Anand Alvan as to what is the quality of a Sri Vaishnava. It is Parasara Bhatta knows everything, but still his disciple has to understand. His disciple has to understand thoroughly, so he has sent his disciple to know these things. What is the quality of a Sri Vaishnava? So the disciple found that on the day he reached Tirumala, the disciple found that on the day he reached Tirumala, there was Tadiya Aradhana. Tadiya Aradhana means, nowadays we always say serving food to all the great lives. I can say all those who always do the Sriman Narayana's Namam and all the Dravida Prabandha also. Tadiya Aradhana means, in other way there is Tadiya Aradhana is means in the form of the people who are taking the prasadam, it is giving directly to Sriman Narayana, to the bhaktas, when you deal with the bhaktas in Sriman Narayana himself. Okay, that's why that name itself has come, Tadiya Aradhana. For the Tadiya Aradhana is a very important thing for the Sri Vaishnavism. That is one. And another thing, that Tadiya Aradhana for Vaishnavas was going on. Though he had come from a great distance, and those days, it is not an easy way, like you can take a flight, or you can take a helicopter also, even nowadays, those if you have any, or if you have, all in this way, it is not that easy to reach one place to another place. It is so he took all the troubles to reach Tirupati, and going on through, had a great distance, and through he was hungry too. He could not join the feast as there was no place to sit and take the prasadam, because the place was full. All were engaged, because he was late. By the time he could reach, the Tadiya Radhana started. Even then, still there is no place in that hall, in that place, to sit and take the thing. So he waited till everyone finishes taking the prasadam. Sometimes after Tadiya Radhana, he was, because once like Pankti Bhojanam, one Pankti is done, next one, but it is all done. It has come to an end. So after giving to all the devotees, the host always takes at the end. First to guests always first. So he was giving to all the Atithi Maryada for Tadiya Radhana. Then the disciple who came from Parasara Bhattar has sent, then the disciple, he could not join the feast as there was no place to sit, and he waited till everyone finishes taking the prasadam. After the Tadiya Radhana, Anandalvan, we can say, Anandalvan noticed him standing and felt sorry that he had not partaken of the feast. We can say that is a feast only, though he had come from a distance. So the visiting Vaishnava was invited inside, and they too took the prasadam together. Here Anandalvan then enquired the Vaishnava, the disciple who came from Parasara Bhattar, as to why he had come to Tirupati. Usually when you have to visit somebody, is there any special purpose to visit Tirupati? The disciple said that he had been sent by his Acharya. It is not just by his own way he has come. He has been sent by his Acharya, Sri Parasara Bhattar, the Parasara Bhattar. Who is Parasara Bhattar? The elder son of Kuratalvan. We know. And Kuratalvan is the the first and foremost, the best disciple of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, you can say. So, Parasara better to accept, he is telling the disciple said, he had been sent by his Acharya, Sri Parasara Bhatta, to ascertain from Anand Alvan the qualities of a true Sri Vaishnava. The qualities of a true Sri Vaishnava. Anand Alvan briefly replied that a true Vaishnava must be like a crane, like a hen, like salt, and finally like a disciple like you. That was the answer. Disciple like the person who came from Parasara Bhatta. So, but the meaning of the above, he could not follow. He could not understand immediately. It should be like this, you should be like that. Like a crane, like a hen, or like salt, and like you. That much he gave the answer. Then he requested, the disciple of Parasara Bhatta Mahan Baba, he requested, can you please tell me in detail, I want to know, because that is the purpose of my visit here. With humble, in a folded hands, humble way, he asked. Then immediately Anandalvan was pleased to give a crane, always, remember that, a crane always takes only whatever fit its mouth. Whatever will not fit in its mouth, it won't take. What only the crane leaves what will not fit in its mouth and takes only after concentration. After concentration, pick up only what it may take also, what it may take. Sri here, the Sri Vaishnava must behave in the same manner. What does it mean? Even though there is a plenty, abundance of things that we always crave for everything, but because a crane is there here, only what full of, there may be many things in the lake, but what it fits in its mouth and what is good for it. So the same thing, Sri Vaishnava must behave in the same manner, means there may be many things which are truths in our works, which are intended for our deliverance. There are many truths. Ekam sat vipraha bahuda vadanti. That is a Vedic dictum. So in our works there are many which are intended for our deliverance. A Vaishnava must concentrate and pick up for following those truths which belong to his faith. The following those truths which belonging to his faith and those which can be adopted and followed by him. That is the example of the crane. Now coming to what is the next one? He said a Vaishnava has also to function like a hen. The hen, while moving about heaps for food, picks up only the good which is needed, which is the essence, which is of essence, and rejecting all those which are partially essential or which are partly inessential too, which are partly essential or which are partly inessential. The hen will not touch. Even you may have the very, very valued jewels like ratnas, abharanas, all the things if you wore, the hen won't take because, they are very, very valuable things I should take and preserve. I should give to my 7 generations after that. No. So the hen, while moving about heaps of food, picks up only the good and it is needed, which is of essence. The Sri Vaishnava must also pick up what is essential. In the Vaidyanadiyam, there is a sloka in the Mimamsa Bhashyam of Sri Vachana Bhushanam. It says, Asaram Alpasaram Cha Saram Sarataram Tyajet Tyajet Saram Sarataram Tyajet Bhajet Saratamam Shastram Bhajet Saratamam Shastram Ratnakaraivam Amritam. The Sri Vaishnava should leave the partially essential and also should leave the partially inessential truths and take only the essential philosophical truths of the Bhakti. Saratamam. Saratamam is the word tama. Tara tama bhen. That is the word superlative degree. The most essential one only. And he has to leave all partially essential or even partially inessential also. He has to leave this. And this is the way. Two examples he said. And what is the next one he said? One should be like salt. This salt is the word most of you know. It's Sayatha Saindhavaganaha Anantaraha Abhashaya Krishnaha Rasaghana eva. And the Saindhavam means Lavanam. Lavanam is the word in Sanskrit, means Saindhavam or Sindhu. It has come from the ocean, so it's called Saindhavam. And Lavanam is also, it has the taste of salty. So here he says, what is this? One should be like salt. What does it mean? Salt retains the same taste both externally and internally, as has been said. So, what did it say? Sayatha saindhavaganaha antaraha abhaya krishnaha rasaghana eva. That means the salt retains its same taste both externally and internally. So, yahasmaret punde, as has been said, yasmaret pundarikaksham sabahya abhyantara suchihi. Due to their connection with the Lord, due to the utterance of Lord's name, or due to remembering the Lord's mantram, namam, both externally and internally, one must have good qualities. By doing, due to the connection with Sriman Narayana, we have to be both externally and internally, we must have good qualities. That's what this is the way. From this, one may conclude that those who are merely having the external signs of Vaishnava, and are not following the practices, they are not Sri Vaishnavates if they do not possess internal purity. This is the another, what is a Vaishnava Lakshanam. So one must have internal purity and external, okay, everyone wanted to take care of for others. For others may notice and all the things. But what about internal? That's Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. Check, always advises us. Make a check always. Are you pure inside? Are you thinking of outer appearance? That's why we always say. Jala nirmochanam pumsam, mala nirmochanam pumsam, jalasnanam dine dine. That is okay for the external purification. What about internal purification? That is Sakrut Gitam Bhasisnanam Samsaramalamochanam. Like that. Because of due to the samsara, all our minds are become impure due to the attractions of the worldly things and also our in the senses also react into that. So that's why he said, these are the words of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. He said he is a Jitendriya. Yesterday we were thinking about Yathiraajo Vijayayate. Malavala Mahamul, what he says in the yesterday, he always says, you are a Jitendriya, Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. So, but our sense organs are not like you, not like your sense organs. You are a Jitendriya. So that's why we always pray to make our sense organs, senses also, all our senses come under our control. The way how you are practicing. So please bless us. That's the way we always. So till now we have done this. So though the disciple had been sent by, what is the last one he said? The last quality referred to by Anandalvan was that a SriVaishnava should be like a disciple who came to visit Anandalvan. That is the one who is Parasara Bhattar's disciple. He should be like you. Like you, Ummai pole, he says. In Tamil, Ummai pole. That is like you. That's why. He has come to ask for the Sri Vaishnava qualities. He said, he should be like you. What does it mean? Though this disciple had been sent by Bhattar, Parasara Bhattar, though he was having wisdom and he was knowledgeable about the practices, he did not publicize his personal qualifications and did not protest that he had been fed after the, all the Sri Vaishnavas finished their prasadam at the Tadiyaradhana. That's because, you gave me at the last, you gave me after everyone finishes, and I am the guest. You did not look into that. And he did not protect, and he was not at all arrogant, or even he was not uttered anything, he did not say anything for because it is a guest, it is a duty. But so Ananta Alvan was very happy with the disciple of Parasara Bhattar. He said, you is the another Sri Vaishnava Lakshanam is the one should be Ummai Pole, should be like you, very tolerance, very much one has to. And he did not display any egoism. The disciple does not display any egoism. He exhibited humility. That is the one first and foremost thing we need. So he did not feel, I was insulted all the way I came from Srirangam, and I was the disciple of Parasara Bhattar, who was well known in those, because in the Visishta Advaita Siddhantam, next to Bhagavath Ramanujacharya is Parasara Bhattar in the. So next to Bhagavath Ramanujacharya of Srirangam, he took the charge of everything and running smooth everything in the Srirangam, the temple activities and all those things. And everyone knows he is very famous and he is very popular. When the moment he said Parasara Bhattar sent, he did not say, the disciple did not say that I have so much of knowledge I knew so many things, but he did not publicize his personal qualifications, and he obediently said, I want to learn from you. That's what are the qualities of a Sri Vaishnava. That's why Ananta Alvan, after seeing his humility, after seeing his because the patience and all those things, he said, a Sri Vaishnava must be like you, is like me. So one must not display any egoism, and one must exhibit humility. These are all the qualities. Ananta Alvan praised this quality and said that all the Sri Vaishnava must have this quality. These are the very. So these are all the very interesting things, because they are all the entirety. So the meaning of this particular question by Parasara Bhattar sent to learn, should have concentration to learn philosophic truths and should have the ability to remove the essential grain from the shaft. What we call Grantham Abhyastya Methavi. That was when you read a book, the grain which has, and from there what are the husk and all other things we have to remove, and then the rice, the essence of that one we have to take and there should be able to display the closeness to Sriman Narayana both by external marks and by internal purity, and be able to show regard and reverence to other Sri Vaishnavas. That's why when all were in the Tadiyaradhana, he has that reverence and regard for all of them to other Sri Vaishnava. So these are all, and one should have patience, and one should express humility. These are all very important qualities of Sri Vaishnava. Now let us come to Bhagavath Ramanujacharya's works, and what so far we have come. These are all the Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha Alva Embirmana Jivyatvirale Sarinam Sri Bhashya, Sri Vedanta Deepa and Vedanta Sara. These three works, these are the interesting. Here, let us consider some thoughts that inspired Bhagavath Ramanujacharya to come to this conclusion of these thoughts. Several commentaries on Brahma Sutras existed prior to Bhagavath Ramanuja's time. We all know that. Because at that time, before that, Advaita Siddhantam was prevailing at the time. However, later philosophers in the 19th century, they voiced very many opinions that the previous commentaries did not adequately capture the true nature of Brahman. So the transformation of Karma Yoga into Jnana Yoga and eventually into Bhakti Yoga was not given importance. Bhagavad Yamunacharya, the Paramacharya of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, felt this void has to be filled. This void had to be filled. That was the Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's the same. So he yearned that his successors should write a commentary on the Brahma Sutras. That was the Yamunacharya's wish. To recall, to write the Sri Bhashya was one of the vows, you can say, one of the vows that Bhagavad Ramanujacharya took before the departing soul of Yamunacharya. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya thus fulfilled the wishes of Yamunacharya here. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya authored 3 works pertaining to Vedanta Sutras, that is Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutras, other way we can also call them as Vedanta Sutras. The primary difference between the 3 works, what are those 3 works? Sri Bhashyam, Vedanta Deepam and Vedanta Saram. That these 3 works are in detail and depth of discussions expressed here in the devotees with varied levels of interest and knowledge. Devotees have variety of levels of knowledge and levels of interest too. So Sri Bhashya is the magnum opus of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, in which Bhagavad Ramanujacharya provides an exhaustive commentary on Brahma Sutras. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya discusses the viewpoints of other schools of thought and brings out the salient features of embedded in the in the Brahma Sutras. in support of his philosophy. Bhagavath Ramanujacharya establishes essential nature of Supreme. Yathiraaja establishes essential nature of Supreme, Divine, Brahman, and states that Brahman is qualified by all auspicious attributes, and the path of spiritual perfection is accomplished through contemplation of God. That's upasana. That is contemplation or meditation, you can say, on God. That is upasana. Vedanta Deepa is the next section. Immediately after Sri Bhashyam, the Vedanta Deepa comes, which is a condensed version of the commentary of Brahma Sutras. It is a condensed version of commentary of like Ramayanam and Sankshepa Ramayanam. We have got the essence of Ramayana come in an abridged form. You can say that condensed version of the commentary of Vedanta Sutras to make the text easier to understand. Bhagavath Ramanujacharya has summarized his thoughts in a manner that is easy to understand without sacrificing the validity of the facts, not leaving any important things. All things are given. Vedanta Sara, the one, is abridged even further with explanations of the Brahma Sutras. The three commentaries serve the needs of all devotees, all Bhagavatas, and they complement one another with no conflicts. Here, the levels of, see how Bhagavath Ramanujacharya was very practical, and the levels, we can say gradational level, we say, according to that. So he has given, why he has to, the Sri Bhashyam is given, there is enough. Why he has to give in again? No. That's why when he thought, when it came in his mind, Sri Bhashyam cannot reach each and every one. All cannot understand Sri Bhashyam, even with commentaries are there. Even on Sri Bhashyam we have many commentaries, many explanations, even with this comes Acharya's Upadeshams. Still, so it has come to a normal person, to a common man, I can say the word. For a common man should also understand the essence of what is there in the Brahma Sutras. So he has come to the Vedanta Deepam, next one, and the still furthermore abridged form is the Vedanta Saram. So before we discuss the highlights of the three works, Vedanta Deepam, Vedanta Saram, and the first and foremost work is Sri Bhashyam. Here, in the history of Sanatana Dharmam or Vedic thing, there are 6 theistic schools uphold the Vedas. That's we always say, where this means Shat Darsana. The word is Shat Darsana. Shat means 6. Darsana means philosophies. Sankhya philosophy, Yoga philosophy, Nyaya philosophy, Vaisheshika. We call Vaisheshika Darsana, Nyaya Darsana, Yoga Darsana, Sankhya Darsana also, Purva Mimamsa and Vedanta. Of these 6 schools, only Vedanta and Yoga, that is Vedanta Darsana or Yoga Darsana, are prevalent and practiced today. The Vedanta Darsana is the very important for Vedic wisdom, founded on 3 authorities called Prasthana Traya. Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra. Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutras. See here, Prasthana Traya. This we call this is the Upanishads. Upanishads we call Shruti Prasthanam, and then Bhagavad Gita is the Smriti, that was Shruti, and this is the Smriti. Smriti Prasthanam, and Brahma Sutras, the Vedanta Sutra, Sutra Prasthanam. What is the Prasthanam? Prasthanam is journey. The journey of this individual soul towards reaching the Supreme Soul. That is the Prasthanam. And we always say Prasthanam in general, we always say Prasthanam is travel. And Mahaprasthanam, that was Sri Mahanbhava wrote the Mahaprasthanam. That was the, most of you know that, it was that Mahaprasthanam is the end goal of the life one has to wait to reach and all the things. Okay. Now coming to extracts of Upanishads, bring out the principles of thought truths and their associated wisdom of the earlier parts of the Vedic teachings. They were taught and transmitted from generations to generations, that is, through the oral medium. Oral medium. That's why it is not written or anything. Some people comment also, oh, there was no, paper was not discovered. Paper was not invented at that time, so there was no way recorded. And no, it is not. The oral medium is the one which is very powerful and which gives your, and it increases your mental skill. That is why even Ashtavadhanam, Shatavadhanam, Sahasravadhanam, very popular. How it can be? It is only because of the oral medium dictation, only makes the mind to remember, like the memory, it increases the human being, made the memory. In Kramapatham, Ghanapati, all these things are only the Vedam gives us oral medium. So as time advanced, they emerged the need for a deeper understanding of these teachings. Hence it became necessary for later teachers or sages to codify and explain the more profound truths carried in them. So the Bhagavad Gita, the gift of Lord Sri Krishna, reflects the teachings of Upanishads in a simpler way. It is considered the most authoritative text for clarifying the Upanishadic statements, and the Vedanta Disika states in Daya Shatakam, stanza 89, that the Bhagavad Gita is a gift of light from Sriman Narayana that removes all the darkness. The Vedanta Sutras, and the one that is we call Brahma Sutras, expound the philosophies contained in the Upanishads. The author is the sage Badarayana, that is we call him Veda Vyasa, who is considered an incarnation of Narayana himself. We all know that we also pray in a slokam, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. We all know it. So that is his Badarayana. He is in the incarnation of Sriman Narayana itself. He is the author of Mahabharata. Legends trace the period of Badarayana to some 3101, that is 3101, that BC, around the beginning of the Kali Yuga, that is. And the Vedanta Sutras are in Sanskrit, and the Vedanta Sutras we call is for the Brahma Sutras. They are in Sanskrit and are in concise aphorisms. We call them as the aphorisms, sutras. The sutras are divided into 4 chapters, and each chapter comprises of 4 quarters, and each quarter some topics termed adhikaranas are discussed. The topics are further organized into 5 components to clarify, explain, and harmonize and codify the truths that are expounded in the Upanishadic. According to Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, how many sutras in Brahma Sutras? How many aphorisms? 545, 545. That is the aphorisms. and 156 adhikaranas, or adhikarana means topics. As we stated earlier, many eminent scholars of earlier periods have written commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. So Brahma Sutras, how many aphorisms are how many sutras? By somebody asked you. Yes, 545, 545. And how many adhikaranas? 156 adhikaranas of Brahma Sutras. That's all the how Sri Bhashyam comes. So here Vedanta Yamunacharya refers to 9 earlier sages, including Dramida, Tanka, Sankara and Bhaskara. These are all many more names. Bhagavath Ramanujacharya also refers to sages like Bodhayana and Tanka and Dramida and Guhadeva and Kapadhi and Baruchi. So the majority of the works of earlier sages are not available. The earliest commentary that is available is that of Shankaracharya only, which establishes Nirvishesha Advaita. The other earlier commentary that is available is by Bhaskara, that establishes Bheda, Abheda, Vada. Vadam, that is described. So Yadava Prakashika's commentary is not available, but is referred by Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. So here in the Brahma Sutras or Vedanta Sutras, these are all the doctrines are discussed in that. The first one, essential nature of Brahman. The second one, the individual self. The third one is about the matter. The fourth one, the essential nature of Purushartha, or the highest object of attainment. And the fifth one is spiritual discipline. And the sixth one is creation of the world. And the seventh one, the process of attainment of Brahman through the path of Archiradi. And the eighth one, the infallibility of the doctrine of Vedanta when examined with the doctrines of other schools of thought. So these are all the one which he discussed in the almost categorized into 8 different divisions. See, the Sri Bhashya, the commentary of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya on Brahma Sutras, here is to provide, here is the scope is to provide an overview of the works and not in depth analysis we are doing. Only an overview. That means like a bird's view, we can say that way. Philosophers state that the Acharya composed his commentaries based on many prominent sources, texts such as the Divya Prabandham, Bhagavad Gita, the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvavedas, and Puranas, and Siddhitraya. This is very interesting. Yesterday we were discussing about the Siddhitraya. And Agama Pramanas. Here, and another Stotra Ratnam of Yamunacharya. That's why we are also, during this Yathiraaja Vaibhavam, we are also the essence of Stotra Ratna we are discussing. And yesterday we did the introduction, today we know the meaning and all things. Stotra Ratnam, and then Nyaya Tattvam of and Yoga Rahasya of Nathamuni. These are all actually now they are not available, but at the time of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, he mentioned these things. On the basis of those, he discussed this Sri Bhashyam commentary. These texts are in Sanskrit except the Alva's Divya Prabandham, which are in Tamil. So these are all the adventure of the Acharyas undertook to locate the ancient text Bodhayana Vritti in Kashmir, and Ramanuja's prime disciple Kuratalwan, that is Kuresha, with his incredible memory, was of immense help in transcribing the works. So there are 4 fundamental doctrines that Bhagavad Ramanuja propagated, which are the Supreme Brahman, who is the home of all auspicious qualities an abode of all the auspicious qualities, is the cause of this universe and is the Lord of all. Now coming to the second doctrine, that is the one which is about Ramanuja propagated. The individual self or individual soul is different and distinct from matter, and also different from the Supreme Brahman. The individual soul is inseparably related to the Supreme Brahman as one of his aspects, amsha we can say. Now the third doctrine, the goal of an aspirant is the attainment of the Supreme Brahman. The goal of an devotee or Bhagavata or Bhakta is the attainment of the Supreme Brahman. The fourth one, the doctrine of the Bhagavath Ramanujacharya, the path of spiritual realization is through bhakti and prapatti. Rest all the things tomorrow we do discuss and we conclude Yathiraaja Vaibhavam with all the teachings and also with all his, and we pay our respect and all the same. Gurum prakashayed dhiman Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. There are many more works have come recently also, even today, because people are very inspired to say something about Bhagavath Ramanuja, to do some respect, to pay some respect. So those are all, really, I bow down and salute to all those Asmaddesikam Asmadiya Paramacharya Seshan Gurun. So in this way, I humble request to all the devotees, those who are listening, please pay attention towards whenever you have some time, listen to Ramanuja's teachings, and not just listening will not do. When you listen, yes, knowledge comes to you, but don't keep the knowledge just like that. Let it ripen. But let it ripen, and also it transform into bhakti. And that bhakti, that is come to the prapatti. That is all. Once you show your interest, rest all the things, Perumal definitely bless all of you, and to get the Bhagavath Ramanuja's blessings. Bhagavath Ramanuja's blessings actually the highest one, as the Perumal say. If Bhagavath Ramanuja recommends, I have no words. I really accept immediately that particular. So let all of us get the mercy and the blessings of Bhagavath Ramanujacharya. Jai Srimanarayana. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pasyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.